Oh, I've done a bit of updating here. Porto, Oregon. Drew the crude card out. There's a diagram of the little card that I think is involved in the multi-tone reverb, and you can see that. Porto vibrato and bass divider. It's got a bass divider for the single C that needs an extra of because there's one more C than all the others, and then that's all the other bass notes. So we were puzzled about this Porto, Oregon that I did a video of earlier, and this is a different one. I sold that one long ago. That was 7 years ago or something. But I think it was 2010. But this one I've done some modding on. Somebody had already done some modifying. Well, let me finish this first. The mystery is solved on this one, at least. Maybe the other one got wired differently. What in the world fell on there? It's black. So we got very strange. Look at this. There may still be something wrong, a minor thing wrong. Watch this. Okay, violin, clarinet. He's kind of a limbo note for. Why would they do that? I don't know. There's something strange there, but other than that, it all seems to work great. So yeah, we've got a continuation of this basic bass sound. And notice that's a ladder, low preference. So when I first booted up, the contact was fouled up a little bit, and only the C was sounding because there was no continuation. It's got to touch the previous contact to flow the signal from that one. So back here, the blue wires come in, which come from the bass output. Each card has a bass output. The C's is handled differently. It's not a blue wire yet. It comes off of here. It goes into that divider first to get down to its low level. But these are poly. All the black ones are polyphonic, you see, and they can be given this stays that way. So this one does have a split, and I should have looked under the other one, but I didn't pull it out of the box. I don't think I had to. I think it cleaned up and ran fine without it, so we just didn't bother. But would have liked to have seen what they did, because this one has, you know, just that one set of contacts, and these are all 3-bus all the way up. All these have a 3-bus contact, 3 key switches for each. Anyway, so we did some other little interesting things here. I put in a pot for the, you know, when I get it in the box, I'm going to trough it into my nice way there, and mount this in the cover, which they had already punched these ghastly holes in, and this one, like the Fender Starmaster, had some meltdown stuff go on. I'll try to fix one on the side to make it look less hideous, but yeah, I guess I'll live with those. It's kind of deco. Maybe we should add more of them, do a pattern, maybe, you know, make a, what do you see happening there, a snake? I don't know. What we want, I don't want a snake on my keyboard. Okay, it had an RCA jack, and it was recessed, so you can't actually get an I mean, this was sheerly done by a professional. Oops, my batteries just died. Well, there's the last of the Songpuss batteries that I got many years ago. Don't drop. Oh, there we go. And yeah, I got those from, what was it, AliExpress or something, and somebody ripped off my credit card through that, and I had to cancel it. Started charging me for Spanish translation. About $90 a month. Like, I think it was first $84, and then if you didn't notice, because I didn't read my bill that month, I had to get it 2 months drawn back. They bumped it up to $94. I just probably would have been paying them $10,000. They probably would have just kept eking it up until. Anyway, kind of like the phone company, who I didn't check, and they bumped it up to $94, and then they went up to $103 for CenturyLink here, and I had to call them and say, could we please get this fixed? This is outlandish. So they gave me a special deal because they like me, because I'm stupid and I don't notice the first month. So yeah, we've got a couple controls going on here now. One of these is kind of interesting here. I'll prop up the camera here. Okay, there we go. That's better. So hey, first this one. Vibrato off. So this control, I've put a 11K resistor into one leg of where the original pot went. It's got these weird looking potentiometers, trimmers. Quite a curious design there. But I put in an 11K preset portion, and then I put in a 1000 ohm in series, and then the tap of this goes in there, so I'm only using a small amount of the originally 10K pot, which is about 12K actually. Now you'll notice I get longer sustain. Damps out a little earlier there. Now it'll start doing, it'll get way shorter there. However, if I play multiple notes, it's distorting, whereas up here doesn't distort. So adds a curious distortion on the low end, but it does at least give you a 2 to 4 second clean reverb-ish effect, that multi-tone reverb, which is done through that schematic I just stuck in the front of you there. These little cards. Well, first let me do the vibrato here. So I've replaced the fixed resistor with a parallel 470 ohm to get it real fast option, and then a 10K series pot. And it's the rear right 1.2K resistor. So let's put the vibrato back on. It's on full. So this is down at minimum now, and it goes on. Pretty wide band for an organ vibrato, and it's nice clean sine wave coming out of that thing. So anyway, I got two things to plug holes with. I'm going to keep, they obviously had a master volume over here, I think, and the maybe they did a tone circuit or something, but I'm not sure what all the rest of it was. It looked like somebody just had some real half-wit ideas there. Let me give you an example. Okay, here's one of the pots. Can you see that resistor is bulged? It's got a 100 ohm resistor, and it looks like it's about to rupture. So they were clearly overheating a 100 ohm resistor there with something. I don't know what they did there. And so more power kept in. You got a 2 watt 3.3K resistor there hooked between these jacks. I have no idea what they were doing there. Running a power amp into it, and I don't know. Yeah, why they did that, but they had, you know, jacks sticking out over here and another knob over there. So it was pretty retro looking. I think I'm going to try to plug that hole. The other two holes are for the units that go in there, the nice washer nuts that screw down the lid. And so I'm going to remove the RCA jack and put a tone control there, use that for the volume, I think, and then I'll put my vibrato and reverb time control there, and maybe I should put a light that shows the vibrato eventually, but I think I'll just plug the rest of them for now, and I use that for my output, of course. I could put a pedal in there, maybe, but I'll just use an inline pedal for now with a volume control. Good enough. Anyway, it's pretty well built organ overall, and it was really clean inside. I it just looked weird it was that clean, given what they did. Looked like bears worked on the outside of it, you know, and the inside's all clean. Oh well. So it's a great sounding organ, though. I mean, yeah, it really is pretty pleasing, thick tone when you get the right settings down there. I'll demo it later. Ooh, yeah. So look at our front panel now. Put her up here and play a few things on it. I believe we have a very useful instrument now. It seems to be hanging in there on the dividers, and got the multi-tone reverb on, off, light vibrato, full vibrato. Dirty key. A couple of them surface need a few hits still. Anyway, there's our vibrato range, and sweep of the tone control there. Control, and the multi-tone reverb control, which only works if you have that in. Turn off all the ones that aren't involved in the multi-tone reverb. Distortion down about a quarter of a turn and a little bit up at the top. Clean right in there. Gives you a cut of about a factor of 2 on the decay length there, from 4 second to 2 second, if you listen carefully as it's cutting out there, as opposed to. So anyway, yeah, it gives you a reasonable control over the envelope, plus it gives you this odd distortion, which I'd love to have the schematic and figure why, but that's the way they set it up. So, and you don't hear it on one note. Just when you get a saturated signal going in there. Isn't that weird? So anyway, the knob's useful for many musical applications as long as you know what it does and you don't wind up saying, why is my organ distorting in the middle of something? In the previous video, I think I covered all the stuff about the keys, and we finally figured that out. And so yeah, this thing seems to be working well. I just put some rubber feet over the holes that they cut for now. You get some plugs later that'll look less obtuse there, but pretty decent organ. Only the red ones do the reverb. One of a kind. Yep, there is nothing on the planet quite like it now, probably. Very few of these that I've ever seen. We only saw one other one, and it didn't have a number on it, I don't think. And I don't know if that's a serial number or a model number. I have no idea. So maybe they made 1,800 of them. Some, I don't know. But sure haven't seen them. Come out of the woodwork, we've seen a lot more Star Masters that they only made 38 of. Should emphasize the beauty of this tone control too. Some settings it really sounds. It would make a nice kind of phaser effect almost there. Alright, well that's the end of that. For now I guess we could put another LFO in there, you know, and have a modulation on that thing. That would sound kind of cool. Have it pan it between the left and right filter there.